Imagine a vast land where fiery red sand dunes stretch as far as the eye can see, where slender acacia trees reach powerfully towards the scorching sun. This is the heart of the Kalahari Game Reserve, a precious jewel of Africa, where the rhythm of wildlife remains primal and strong. Amidst this magnificent scenery, an extraordinary story of compassion and resilience unfolded, a testament to the wondrous connection between humans and the natural world. It is the story of Amelia, a young female ranger who wrote a beautiful page in the history of protecting the wild creatures here. The Kalahari Game Reserve unfolds like a colossal painting brushed with the hot hues of earth and sky. At dawn, as the first rays of sunlight paint the sand dunes golden, the entire reserve awakens. The chirping of birds, the rustling of grazing antelopes, all blend together to create a mesmerizing wild symphony. As dusk falls, the sky blazes with myriad shades, from fiery orange to deep purple, silhouetting solitary trees against the vast expanse. Here, life and death play out daily, a harsh yet mysteriously beautiful cycle. Amelia, a young American woman, carried within her a burning passion for the natural world. From the pages of books about legendary conservationists, the dream of becoming a wildlife protector blossomed in her heart. After years of dedicated study, with a bachelor's degree in hand, Amelia did not hesitate to choose the Kalahari Game Reserve, a harsh yet captivating land, as the place to realize her aspirations. She wanted to directly experience the wild world, to contribute her strength to the conservation of animals facing countless challenges. Each day, for Amelia, was a journey of discovery and responsibility. She would wake up before the first rays of sunlight pierced the early morning mist, setting out on patrol with her colleagues to safeguard the peace of the Kalahari Game Reserve. They traversed vast grasslands, ventured into sparse forests, tracked animal footprints, and recorded their condition. One sweltering noon, when the heat seemed to scorch everything, Amelia was alone in her familiar patrol vehicle. Suddenly, in the distance, amidst the parched yellow grassland, she noticed an unusual figure. A lioness, large in size, lay motionless, her weak breaths coming in shallow gasps. With her experience, Amelia immediately recognized the animal's critical condition. Her belly was swollen, a sign of impending birth, but she seemed to be facing serious complications. Without hesitation, Amelia stopped her vehicle at a safe distance and used binoculars to closely observe the lioness's condition. She assessed the level of danger, identified the signs of difficult labor, and planned the most cautious approach to avoid causing any further stress to the distressed animal. After gaining an overview and feeling it was safe to intervene, Amelia slowly approached the lioness. Realizing there was no time to wait for remote support, she decided to act immediately. With her trained knowledge and skills, Amelia quickly set up a small makeshift tent nearby, creating a safe and secluded space for the difficult birth. Under the scorching African midday sun, Amelia was alone inside the small makeshift tent she had hastily erected, her focus entirely on helping the lioness. The thin canvas roof barely shielded her from the burning heat, creating a stifling and tense atmosphere. The heavy, labored breathing of the animal and the beads of sweat rolling down Amelia's face created a suffocating silence. Suddenly, an event made her heart clench. From afar, a pride of lions, the true rulers of this land, had discovered this temporary shelter. Deep, guttural growls echoed in the space, their sharp eyes fixed on the small, makeshift tent. In that instant, fear and anticipation intertwined in Amelia's mind as the pride of lions growled, encircling the makeshift tent. However, with calmness and compassion, she continued her work, trying to convey reassurance to the laboring mother lion. Miraculously, as if sensing Amelia's selfless help, the lions remained outside the tent, observing with growls but without any aggressive actions. Then, after a long, intense period, finally, the faint cries of newborn lion cubs broke the silence. Amelia breathed a sigh of relief as 3 tiny cubs were born one after another, healthy and adorable. She had succeeded. As soon as the cries of the 3 lion cubs echoed, dispelling the tense atmosphere, Amelia quickly contacted the rescue center. Her voice was both urgent and hopeful as she recounted the situation and her location. In a short time, the rescue team arrived at the desolate field, bringing necessary medical equipment and professional support. Carefully and gently, they loaded the mother lion and her 3 newborns onto the vehicle, moving them to the safety of the rescue center. At the center, a special area had been prepared for the lion family. Amelia stayed close, her eyes reflecting worry and affection. She and the veterinarians examined the mother lion's health, closely monitoring every small movement of the 3 cubs. Caring for these tiny creatures required meticulousness and patience. Amelia gently cleaned them, ensured they were nursing adequately, and kept them warm during their fragile early days. In the days that followed, the rescue center became the temporary warm home for the lion family. Amelia was often present, talking to the mother lion in soft tones, watching the 3 cubs grow day by day. They began to open their eyes to the world around them, taking their first wobbly steps on the floor, making soft purring sounds as they sought their mother's warmth. Amelia clearly felt the strange bond growing between herself and these wild creatures. Every time the mother lion gently rubbed her head against Amelia's hand, every time the cubs snuggled close for safety, Amelia's heart filled with happiness and a deep sense of responsibility. She knew that the journey to protect them was still ahead, but this beginning had brought a strong belief in the power of kindness. Time quietly passed, witnessing the miraculous recovery of the mother lion and the rapid growth of her 3 cubs. They had now become active, strong, and ready to face the challenges of wildlife. Amelia and her colleagues at the rescue center knew it was time for the lion family to return to their true home. One sunny day, the specialized vehicle carrying the lion family ventured deep into the Kalahari Game Reserve, to a safe area with abundant food sources and vast open spaces. The vehicle door opened, and the mother lion stepped out first, gently licking the soft fur of her cubs. Then, with a determined gaze, she led her offspring slowly towards the lush green acacia groves. The 3 cubs, with curious and eager steps, toddled after their mother, their small tails wagging in the free air. Amelia stood silently watching their figures, her heart filled with both joy and a touch of wistfulness. The lion family moved further and further away, merging into the magnificent scenery of the Kalahari, until they were just small dots before disappearing completely behind the trees, leaving behind a sense of peace and hope. Even though the lion family had returned to the wild, Amelia continued her daily patrols, always keeping an eye out for signs of wildlife. One day, as she was traversing a familiar grassland, in the distance, she was unexpectedly met with a familiar sight. The mother lion resting peacefully beside her 3 now larger cubs, their coats gleaming in the sunlight. They were resting calmly, a picture of health and vitality. Deep within her heart, Amelia felt a wave of happiness and a strong affirmation that her risky yet compassionate action that day had been absolutely right. The touching story of Amelia and the miraculous rescue of the lion family in the Kalahari Game Reserve is not merely a beautiful moment of individual compassion, but also a powerful symbol of the conservation efforts unfolding across the planet. Her courageous and humane actions echo the voices of countless rangers, scientists, volunteers, and other nature enthusiasts who dedicate themselves day and night to protecting Earth's precious biodiversity. From the mysterious rainforests of the Amazon, where conservationists fight against deforestation to save endangered species, to the vibrant coral reefs of Australia, where scientists are finding ways to restore damaged marine ecosystems affected by climate change, the spirit of nature conservation burns brightly. We see successful wildlife reintroduction projects, such as the resurgence of the white rhinoceros in Africa or the conservation efforts for the giant panda in China, demonstrating that perseverance and collaboration can yield extraordinary results. Amelia's story, though taking place in a small corner of the world, reflects a shared aspiration to build a future where humanity recognizes its role as a guardian of nature, not an exploiter. It shows that every action, no matter how small, has the power to spread, inspire, and contribute to a vast global conservation movement, where wildlife is cherished and protected for generations to come. Let us join hands to protect precious wild animals and their habitats. Every small action you take, from reducing plastic waste and supporting conservation organizations to raising community awareness, contributes to creating a better world for all species. Let Amelia's story inspire us so that we can act together for a green and sustainable future.